Marketing managers, this is why cookies can be good for business and keep you from breaking the law. My team and I kind of geek out over regulations and policies, and we've helped tons of businesses stay above the law whilst also increasing their revenues through ad spend. So let's talk cookies. Okay, so under various laws internationally across the EU, the UK, and increasingly the US, there are now various rules and regulations about cookies and asking for consent on your website. So before a user does anything on your website, you need to present them with options of what kind of cookies they're happy to consent to. You need to not track anything other than security and functionality cookies before they make a decision. A user should be able to reject everything or accept all of the cookies that you want to use, or they should be allowed to make a decision about which ones they'd like to use and which ones they wouldn't. There's a few ways you can implement this. So platforms like Shopify, they have an inbuilt cookie consent platform that you can implement and customize within the system. There's also a variety of Google-approved platforms called cookie management platforms, or CMPs. The most popular ones we've seen used are CookieYes, CookieBot, and OneTrust as well. Once you've implemented your initial banner and settings, make sure that it's working. So log into your platform's backend and see whether there are any errors. Is there any guidance that you need to implement anything different to make sure that it's working? You can also check it on platforms like Google Analytics 4. Things like consent mode, you should be able to see whether there's green ticks within your settings. There's more detail on how to implement this in our guide, which is linked below. So now that you know that you've got your consent in place and you're asking users for the right kind of permissions based on where they are, now you need to think about the actual design of your cookie banner. It's important to know that the ICO and GDPR regulates that you need to make the reject all option as easy as the accept all. But within that, there's a few things we can do to help incentivize users to opt in. Why do we want cookies? It helps marketers to get more information to help optimize our ads and make our advertising as successful as possible. So things you can do, make the accept all a primary color and make it nice and big on the banner. If it contrasts, people will be more likely to click it. You can also think about the wording of your cookie banner. Make it more personal, explain why you need this data and why it's useful for your business. The final thing you can do is make the banner quite noticeable and big on the page. When a user first visits the website, it should be front and center, so you can't do anything else except make a decision on what cookies you'd like to run. So to conclude, think about the design of your banner. Make the accept all button nice and clear, a bright color, make the banner so a user can't miss it, and make the wording nice and friendly. Explain why you need cookies for your business to run and be successful. Make sure that in the back end of your system, everything is working as you expect, and check within Google that consent mode is active. With all of those in place, you should be off to a flyer and cookies will never be a problem for you.